2020 February the 29th. It's just about 9 o'clock and we're at the top of 9th Avenue in Denne-oord, and we're going to do a hike along the old Turaco hiking trail up this hill, and then for a bit along the railway tracks, and then we're going into the bush towards the east. And the goal is to try to discover a route to reach the Pepsi Pools from the town side instead of going to the Pepsi Pools from Sarsveld side. I've had a message during the week that a gentleman said that he's done it in the past. It is possible. The route gets a little bit steep towards Pepsi Pool side. We'll see if we can navigate that and perhaps even find a more comfortable route. So yeah, here we go.
Awesome. What a special day today.
Yeah.
Extra day. How is it school together? Yes. Yeah, mine is Emma. Where's she now? Where's Emma?
Okay, it's just past 9. There's the railway tracks. That way it goes to Fernridge. There's a path on the left hand side of the railway tracks. It's marked with a white footprint marker. Let's get it like that all along the way. Quite a nice little path. And we're going to follow the other end of it along the tracks towards the east. 9:05. There's another marker. We're going in the opposite direction. That way. The railway track is just there to the left. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Just a couple of paces down the way, going on to 10 to 9. Here are two hillbilly cycling routes. Edelweiss to the left and Fukushima to the right. And we're turning off the Edelweiss route to the right hand side. There's Fukushima off to the right hand side. And then up ahead there's a split in the road again. You could go either way pretty much. Towards the right, the road splits into various directions, but if you take your first left, you should get back onto the track that we're following. We're taking the left over here now.
Oh, for sure. No. We set up quite early just because of that, you know. Yeah. That was like literally for me getting about 5. Doing it. And it's just...
And then very shortly down here at the bottom, there's a nice little stream with a neat bridge across it.
So is your sister still at Holy Cross? She was a teacher there, am I right? My sister, yes.
There we go. See if we can get that.
Are we there yet?
Not quite yet, no. This is just the beginning. But there are some photo opportunities here if you're interested. This is one of the nicest spots along the way.
Oh wow, funny, huh?
Yeah.
The thing with photos, don't do this fast. No, you have to try and you have to be here. That's for sure. Oh, that's, look at that.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Good morning. This weather's great.
Yeah.
I'm glad it was yesterday what it was and today just... Yes.
And it's 9:15. And here's a T-junction. There's another marker. And this is the alternative route joining up to the way we're going. And up here in front the road splits into three. Straight ahead, the middle road is not very spectacular. It just follows a water line, a water pipeline, and it's fairly straight and doesn't stay in the forest, so it's not very cool either. The road to the right crosses the railway tracks eventually, and it goes to the horseshoe bend on the railway line. We're going to take the left hand side, following the opposite side of it. Actually, this is forward now. The footprint is pointing forward. Okay, we're going forward down here, taking the lower path. Most of the way should be undercover in the shade, and from here it's pretty much just straightforward. There shouldn't be any turn-offs left or right from this path. Over here on this tree there are some fungi. Here's one. I can't remember what it's called, but you can leave a message on the bottom side. Let's do MSG for message. That should last about a week, and the fungus grows a new layer apparently, and it covers it up. So secret messages and spy codes and stuff. Yeah, it's a fungus.
Look at that. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
It's almost like it's been engraved.
9:20, and here's another stream crossing. After some big rains, the water comes down here in floods, and it's quite spectacular. But today, it's rather mild, very tame. What lives in here? Not much. It doesn't go down very deep. It's about 1.5 meters max. It's only 9:05. It looks like every 5 minutes we're crossing a stream here.
Oh, look at this. Sure. That's what I needed today.
Uh-huh.
Are you feel like medically? Yes, I am, yeah. Yeah.
Let's see where it goes. It's running very slowly. Okay.
She's gonna go
9:30, 5 minutes later. Here's another stream.
Been to your house once or twice for the birthday parties, but there was, 2, 3. Yeah, still those days. Yeah.
This one is not as spectacular as the previous streams,
No,
but the water is very clear.
Emma in her grade 1 had to go to
Some tadpoles swimming around. Let's see if we can catch them. There goes one. I don't know if you saw that.
Tadpoles, eh?
Yeah, some tadpoles. It's not quite frog season anymore, so their numbers are decreasing in the streams and the ponds. Next summer again, there'll be loads and loads of them.
Oh, that was our favourite pastime.
And a little bit more than 5 minutes later, it's going on to 20:10, and we're crossing another tiny little rivulet. coming down the hill through the grass and over the edge. Let's see if I can get a better angle. So look at that huge fern down there.
That's pretty magnificent, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, it's a bit slippery and muddy over here. Okay, it's about 9:45, 3/4 of an hour down the path, and here we get the intersection with the Elephant Bath cycling track downhill, and runs across over there. And this is where I want to go. We've just encountered a runner, and I've double checked with him, and he says this is the way to Pepsi Pools, and this is where we want to go. Apparently along this way we'll get an intersection, a T-junction, and turn to our left and then turn to our right and go down to Pepsi Pools. There is an alternative route. If we get to the T-junction, we turn to our right and then apparently take the second exit to the left, but he warned us that that path is not as clear and we might get lost. So we're going to go to the T-junction, turn left and then right, and I've seen that route on Google Maps and I hope we'll find our way there to Pepsi Pools. Going on to 5 to 10, and there's another little stream. I don't think this bridge is actually supposed to be used anymore. We'll cross down over there. Yeah.
Yeah, rather.
Be careful on the rocks here. It looks like it might be slippery.
Loerie?
That's a lurry. A cockle.
That's a what? Loerie.
That's a nice little lurry. Apparently their names have changed now. They're called some kind of a cockle or kukkel, and that is the ordinary lurry call. They have another call which is the threat call, which I can't imitate, but that one is, it's like the characteristic call of the kukkel. No,
Yeah.
baboons sound like that, very similar to that, yes.
Okay, but I'm not too far.
No.
It stuck with me, that sound, because it's such a pretty bird.
It is a pretty bird, but it's got an ugly voice.
Yeah, that's how I just remember it forever.
Yes.
Yesterday I saw one by the airport in the morning.
Yes.
Most unusual place.
Uh-huh.
From one tree to the other there.
Oh,
And all the colors, you know, the blues, the red.
the red,
everything there.
yes. Excellent.
Oh, no, I was very blessed.
Okay, they are very shy birds. You're not
Yes.
going to see them very easily. Got to be in the right moment, the right spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just about 10 o'clock,
Samaritan.
and
The bugger, he's done, you know, he stopped where he shouldn't. He'll have to make up for it. Are you a runner, Mish?
Here's the T-junction. And
Yeah.
going down, apparently you can also get to the Pepsi Pools, but that is a confusing route. And there's just as a landmark, there's some kind of a concrete structure just over here on the right hand side of the road. We're going up the hill, reaching the T-junction, we're turning left, going up the hill, and then relatively short way up the hill we turn right again, I believe. Get it? Yeah, this is the way we've come. It is 10:05, just 5 minutes up the road, and if you don't know that it's here, you might just miss it. Path goes around the bend, but there's a turn off to the right, and I think this is the path we need to take. To be honest, I'm not exactly sure, but it's going in the right direction, so here we go. Not even 5 minutes further and there's another split in the road. Up to the left, I don't think that's the way to go. We'll just follow straight on. It's going on to 10:15, and there's the Garden Route Dam in the distance and the path coming down the hill towards Pepsi Pools on the other side, so we're pretty close to Pepsi Pools at the moment. We should reach it shortly.
Yes, I think it's just you with your little sexy.
Yeah, it's 10:15 and this is a relatively steep downhill. It's fairly easy going, but it's easy to slip, and I can hear some voices in the distance, probably some other runners or cyclists. Seems to be leveling out again. There might be another path through the bushes, I'm not sure. It looks like. Oh wait, yes, here's another path. Definitely coming down the hill. And then we're going down this way. And here's a buck print. There's a, I don't know what, let me just get this on the video. There's a hoof print around there. Hoof print. It looks, from what I've been told, it looks like a female. The males apparently have deeper toe prints towards the front. This is the front of the hoof. So it might be a female. And there's a buzzard flying around. Just about 10 meters down the road again, and I can hear the water running at the Pepsi Pools. People seem to be enjoying themselves over there already. I can hear some laughter. So we should be reaching the Pepsi Pools very quickly, pretty shortly. And this is fairly steep ground. Oops, careful, don't slip. All good?
Yeah, all good.
All right. Perhaps you can hear it already as well, the water running down there.
Reminds me of the Kingfisher Trail.
At ebb and flow?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Looks like there's another path going off through the bushes, not very clear. We're going to the left. Okay, and it's wet and muddy and slippery over here. Be careful over here, don't slip.
Is it a path or is it going down the creek?
It's a path with a creek running on it. If you're not comfortable, we can turn around.
But I would.
We're very close. I mean, the water's running just down there.
I'd love to see it, so. We're on the top of it now, hey?
Yeah.
Pepsi Pools.
Yeah. So if you can stick to the side of the path, it might be a little bit drier.
Okay.
Just take some navigation. See, we can step there, we can step there. And just take it slowly. Small steps. You can even step in the water as long as you step on a rock.
Yeah.
Should be fine. It's the muddy bits that I'm not too keen on stepping in and slipping and then seeing my backside. Okay, it's 10:25 and we are here. There's the stone walkway or the cement walkway across the river with the water pipe running next to it, and anybody who's been at Pepsi Pools will recognize it immediately. Pick up some junk quickly, put it in the plastic bag. There we go. Excellent. Oh, here's an alternative path coming in from the right hand side. I don't know where that goes though. Sounds like somebody's taking a dip. Look at this, amazing. There's that word again. Yep, some other hikers on the other side. Yes, check it out. There's a rope hanging from the tree. Morning.
Where do you see them?
Across the way.
Oh, there.
Yeah. And on the opposite side over there, that log coming down, I think that's where you come out when you start at Sarsveld side. Lovely, lovely. And slip down here. It's about 10 to 11 and we just had a nice little picnic, sit down, relax over there on that tree stump, watching the waterfall, and we're heading back again up the hill. It's 11 o'clock and coming up the hill. It feels very natural to follow this path going up, but this is not the way we came, so I'm not sure exactly where this goes. Maybe another time I'll explore this path, but you actually want to turn to the left hand side and go through the wattles over here.